Mag ik het horen voor een hele speciale gast? Hier is Julian Lennon. Yeah, do you understand? You know, like everything I do it for you. It sold more than 5 million copies.
Yes, I know. It's quite impressive. I only wish I could do that.
Well, who knows with the next single?
Well, fingers crossed.
Okay, we'll do that. And meanwhile, while we keep our fingers crossed, we'll do the interview. Help Yourself, your brand new album.
Right.
Finished. Are you proud of it?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. I wouldn't have released it unless I was really proud of it. Yeah, this is a very special album to me because it took a lot of time. It took 2 years to put together. The writing of it took a lot of time too, and it's a very emotional album for me.
Well, why? Could you tell us something about that?
Well, during the writing of this, I went through many changes. A lot of good, positive changes. I used to be a very shy and angry person inside, and there was a lot of things that I had to resolve that I'd been living with for some time.
Yeah.
And I felt it was time for a change in my music as well as in my personal life to become a happier, more positive person. And basically, within the writing of this was very much like a sort of help yourself therapy.
Therapy.
Very much so. And these days I feel great. You know, I'm very happy and positive.
That's why you called it Help Yourself?
That's one reason I called it Help Yourself, because I help myself. But the other reason is that I believe in what I do so much these days that I used to get upset by what critics used to say, but these days I don't anymore. And basically it's an offering of my material, and it's basically help yourself. If you love it, that's great. If you don't, that's okay too.
Yeah.
I don't mind, you know.
Because in the beginning, you know, with your first albums, I felt like the press with, you know, right, breathing in your neck and trying to compare, you know, everything to what your father did. Did that stifle your creativity?
Well, I sort of after the second album, I sort of denied my my influences and my history, and sort of got a little lost and confused after that. And again, with this album, came to terms with that. I got very upset because I felt that I seemed to be the only one who was being crucified for using Beatle influences, whereas there were so many other bands out there that were being praised for it.
It's part of musical history, so...
Yeah, and finally with this album I came to terms with that, and finally sort of said, well listen, I love that influence in my life, I'm going to use it, and I don't care what anybody else says anymore, which is a big change for me.
Yeah, well, I hope you care about the fact that I want to tell you, Salt Water is one of the most... You know, one of the nicest songs or best songs I've heard in a while.
Thank you.
So I really like it. We'll see you on stage. Could you, in a couple of words, tell us what is it about, Saltwater? Just in a few words.
Well, Saltwater is basically about one man's reflection, my reflection, on the sad things I see in this world, the fact that our world is dying around us, and how that saddens me as a human being. And maybe if people can relate to that emotionally, maybe they'll think about changing things themselves, and making things a little better.
Good. Now I'm looking forward to see you on stage with Saltwater in a moment. First though...
Hello, this is Paul McCartney and you're watching Europe's #1 rock show, Countdown.